sebebim vardı benim, çok kırıldım, söylemedim, gözyaşımı göstermedim sana. Çok sebebim oldu benim, kolay olsa ben giderdim. Bu ne gitmek, bu nasıl elveda?
The Byzantine Empire, the Ottoman Empire, Constantinople, Alexander the Great, the Crusades. These are magic names that carry the dreamer to the door of Asia Minor to find some trace of his past. Turkey, a cradle of civilizations, crossroad of religions, at once a country far away and very close. Traces of Europe and traces of the Orient.
Çok sebebim vardı benim, çok kırıldım.
Turkey, a country of widely varying geography, of more than 60 million people of richly diverse origins, united by a surprising sense of fraternity. Theirs is the pride of men who live in a rich country, with multiple personalities and flagrant contradictions, where the past and a certain idea of the future come together amidst the ruins of the Hellenistic age. Like the city of Ankara, Turkey is a country of the present poised for the future. Like Istanbul, it is a country which clings to the past. Any understanding of Turkey begins with Istanbul. It's the city of Asia Minor, to and from which all Byzantinian routes lead, whether by sea, on an airplane, or aboard the mythical Orient Express. Istanbul is where one leaves Europe behind and crosses the threshold of Asia. At the gates of the Egyptian market, at the crossroads of the Golden Horn and the Straits of the Bosporus, the traveler enters another world. The smell of perfumes and spices reigns over a large bustling crowd that comes and goes in shops that can't be found elsewhere. This constantly growing city of 13 million inhabitants is resolutely turned towards the future and proudly proclaims European allegiance. Nevertheless, traditions are strong. The inhabitants of Istanbul are proud of their city and would never abandon the simplest sign of their way of life, would never renounce fish sandwiches in the Eminönü quarter. The people of Istanbul have always crossed the Golden Horn to the remote suburbs in boats. In the middle of the Galata Bridge maritime station, you can buy mullet sandwiches for a few Turkish pounds before taking the ferry to the Straits of the Bosporus. The Straits of the Bosporus separate Istanbul in two and make their way to the Black Sea. They separate the Turkey in Europe and the Turkey in Asia. In the middle of the 15th century, the Ottomans demanded appropriate lodging for the representatives of their empire. A palace for the Ottoman conquerors was built. Today, the Topkapi remains the wonder of Istanbul. Successive sultans lived here until 1800. Several days are needed to discover the treasures of this palace. This is the harem, the sultan's residence and that of his family and many concubines. In their bathroom, the Ottoman sultans already had a tap for hot water and another for cold water. These bars were built so as to protect the sultan from being murdered while bathing. The harem was a village inside a palace, and the palace was inside a city. More than 500 people lived here. This room was dedicated to weddings and receptions. On the palace's fourth courtyard, the walls of the rooms set aside for the circumcision of young Muslims are covered by sumptuous Iznik mosaics. Each successive sultan had the Topkapi palace arranged according to his desires. In 1683, for example, the Sultan Murat IV had the Baghdad kiosk built to celebrate his victory over the city. The big bazaar in Istanbul holds more than 400,000 shops. It would take days to wander through the miles of these small streets. While many shops sell the same sort of merchandise, there are often surprising discoveries. This salesman is named Redbeard. Veritable treasures decorate the walls of his tiny shop.